Matihi, Sim, Demi, and then you and Nicholas. And then we'll get into it after that. I'll read off some handouts. We'll get going. I'm going to go ahead and start the recording now. Count it back. 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, welcome to a System Light game, Wyrdhunter 1886, Bounty Hunting in the Weird West. We have 5 players for this game tonight. We have a couple of new faces and some veterans. We're going to start with the veterans first, introductions of characters who will be our hunters tonight, and after that we'll get into some backstory of what this world is like. So we're going to start with Matihi playing young Billy.
Hi there, I'm the daughter of old Billy. I'm a gunslinger, born and raised in East Westonville. Since I could carry a gun, I've been practicing gun flips, quick draws, flourishes. I fancy myself a dangerous woman. My daddy, old Billy, has tried to temper my angst and boisterous behavior more than a few times by having weird hunters tell me horrific tales of the world nearby. He even had to take me on a little expedition, but none of it stuck. All of it was making me want to be a weird hunter more and more. And to be fair, the weird hunters were impressed with my shooting. Well, when I shot, anyway. Coming of age and earning my keep working around the local general store, I purchased my own little plot of land in town and moved myself out so old Billy couldn't stifle my attempts to break out of the nest. I'm a clean shot, but I occasionally have my moments of uncertainties. That's me.
Old Billy.
Oh, man. I'm old Billy. My daughter, young Billy, named her after old Pa here, wants to go out and explore and be an angsty teenager. I try to spoil her with the money I got, but it ain't keeping her down. So I guess I need to show her some of the ways. I'm determined to make her learn, keep her alive, and make her wish that she wouldn't do this ever again. It's a job that never goes away. And that's me.
Demi.
And I've got friends on the other side. Oh, hello. I'm Moriarty, and these are my friends. Dead, ghouls, and ghosts. I don't discriminate. You can be a friend too, if you'd like. I'm not very good with people. The dead are more my company. I travel now on the roads, and it's so scary, but you'd be surprised at what you can learn from the dead. They teach me all sorts of tricks. I've recently joined a group of weird hunters to help track down a werewolf. It has been going well, and I'm looking for more work in this field. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I hope we'll be best of friends.
All right. Effervescent. Oh, you there?
I'm here.
Are you-
My mother was an Apache. My father was a rancher. I've lived a life between two worlds. I'm half Indian, and it wasn't even an easy upbringing. But, a great family life balanced out all the vicious insults. My father taught me how to handle a farmstead. My mother showed me the ways of her culture. Their marriage was one of peace despite the strife and tension between each respective extended family. I looked primed to take over the ranch upon my father's passing, to be shared among my half-brother Nathan. But Nathan had other ideas. The rancher's son from a previous union aroused the rabble of town and basically tossed me to the wolves. Claimed that my mother and me were responsible for riling up the Apaches that thwarted the hills. Nathan got more than he bargained for. The rancher and his wife were killed by the townsfolk, and I was forced to flee with the clothes just on my back and a horse and my father's Winchester. I fought the abominations here and there to defend the ranch. I know how to kill them, but my purpose is rather singular. I'm trying to earn enough money to hire some guns, take back the ranch, and kill Nathan. As such, weirdly, bounties will fill a purse. And, by filling my purse, I'll find the souls I need for vengeance.
Last but certainly not least, Nicholas.
Yo soy Carlos. I survived El Grieta Grande de Mexico. And then I fled north to Texas. Con todos los otros that ran away too. I lost my family, my friends. But well, I found work, trabajo, and so I continued living. But well, I got to dealing with these abominaciones, and I found that I, had quite the knack for gunning them down. So here I am, looking for trabajo with the Wyrdhunters. That's me.
I dig it. And also, everybody, welcome to Effervescent and Nicholas, two new faces here. BNB, we hope that you have a good time tonight, and they will stick around. All right, well, I'll go ahead and we'll do some intros for everything here. I'm going to show you, everybody, a handout. A couple handouts, actually. We'll do this one first. All right, welcome to Wyrdhunter 1886. This is a Cis Light game set in the post-Civil War era on an alternate history timeline. The game will be lower power than certain other games that have been played in Cis Light. While you may be experienced or capable hunters of the strange and unnatural, you are still human. Death is to be expected on occasion unless the cards are in your favor. We'll attempt to keep rolls light, RP heavy, and surprises many. I ask that you trust me to deliver a memorable experience each session, and I ask that you make the same commitment. Thank you, and welcome to the weird world of Wyrdhunter. The year is 1886. History has proceeded as you all might be familiar. Countries founded and destroyed, wars fought, victories celebrated, and defeats cursed. Much of the world is shaped as one might expect, but there are some exceptions. Many fables made popular in history's past are, in fact, quite real. Though the presence of werewolves, spirits, and other such creatures is not widely known or believed to be true, they do exist. Otherwise, history proceeds mostly as we all know it up until about 1876, when strange craters began to open all across the Earth. Known as rifts, these craters release something known as weird energy. The weird energy was thought to be a gift. Its alchemical properties are extremely flexible and can be used to nearly any effect when controlled. But most energy is uncontrollable and has rather horrifying effects on the land around it. The unreal and unnatural became quite well known. Ghosts, ghouls, and other ghastly creatures now roam the open countryside. Initially, it was a minor issue that could be handled by a well-organized militia. But these isolated incidents have become more prevalent, with one of the most devastating opening in Mexico. Known as El Grieta Grande de Mexico, or the Great Rift of Mexico, this massive crater nearly tore the country itself in half, creating a swirling green maelstrom of horror and agony. Hundreds of thousands died, and it has spawned some of the most terrifying abominations of all. A great beast now stalks the seas in the whirlpool that twists from malevolence at the center of the Great Rift. The United States is another country greatly affected by the rifts. Smaller rifts have been opening all over. While they're not great in magnitude, what permeates from them creates endless ripples of discord. In response to the rifts, a Russian immigrant known as Slavka imported a concept that kept her country together when they battled the unknown. This concept became the organization known as the Wyrdhunters, bounty hunters dedicated to defeating the unnatural and unfathomable. There is no formal training or requirements. The survivors pass down their knowledge. Anyone willing to battle the beasts are given the means to do so. The rewards are as great as the risk, and each hunter is responsible for their own gear. Through this freelance system, the Wyrdhunters have thrived as an organization. While sometimes viewed with suspicion, no town turns away a Wyrdhunter when they come to solve problems. You're a weird hunter currently making roost in the Hunter's Hole, a major headquarters and saloon in East Westonville. East Westonville is a town somewhere around the modern-day territories of Louisiana and Texas. You've submitted your bid for work and have been in town waiting for opportunity. And I will bring everybody out. This is the Hunter's Hole. It is known as it's first of all, it's a town saloon for East Westonville, one of the bigger saloons in town. It is also recognized as the de facto headquarters for the Weird Hunters. Of course, they intermingle with the local populace. It's not exclusive by any means, but this is where Weird Hunters go to get contracts. Some of you might know each other, some of you might not, but you're all here waiting, and you can do a bit of RP here in the beginning to sort of establish some things.
I don't know why you want to go trapsing all over the place, Billy.
Why wouldn't I? I mean, what else am I gonna do in this town?
I worked hard to get you here and get you how you are now. I had all that money. I had to work hard for that. You can't just sit back and appreciate it.
What am I supposed to just like lie on the couch? Why can't I go out and, do work? Do good.
No, I said you can't do work or do good. I'm just saying, it'd be nice to find a husband and have some little grandkids running around,
A husband? What kind of woman do you think I am? Some sort of house hussy?
I don't think that'd ever suit you.
No, of course not. Ever since I was little, I didn't want to play with dresses. You know that.
I know. But you do all that. You couldn't really dream about it, right?
Yeah, keep dreaming, Pops. Ain't gonna happen.
Maybe one day you'll see the light.
Maybe one day, but probably by that time, I'll be the same age as you.
Well, not if you keep going out there and trying to hunt down the abominations.
I'm too good for any abominations to get me. See my skills?
I've seen them, and they are good. I've also seen better not come back.
Well, I'm different. You'll see.
We'll see, because I'm coming with you.
Excuse me? You're too old.
Well, your dear old dad got some old tricks up in the sleeve.
Like what, sleeping?
Well, you think I got here by sleeping?
Well,
It's called hard work and dedication.
whatever you say, Pops.
Oh, look over there.
Hmm?
There's a couple hunters coming in.
Oh. Let's see what they're up to.
And at this point, Wanda, you would come in. Carlos and Moriarty would follow closely.
Howdy.
My, what an exciting place to be, don't you agree?
I suppose.
There's so much hustle and bustle. It's exciting, titillating.
Are you gonna be able to handle it?
Oh, if we're being honest, I'm not quite sure. I guess we gotta see how this one plays out.
Don't get all weird on me.
Is that a joke? Because we're weird hunters?
That it is.
A real rib tickler, if you ask me. What do you say, Carlos?
I say get a drink and settle down, Morty. That's what I say.
Oh, you know I'm not too fine on the spirits myself.
Well, I could sure use some. Can I get a drink over here?
Yeah, see a waiter come by. Oh, what can I do you for?
I'll just have a bourbon.
Bourbon? What about you there? Pointing at Moriarty.
Oh, a water if you would be so kind.
I suppose I could do that. Bourbon, water, and you there?
Tequila, por favor.
All right, bourbon, water, tequila. Separate tabs, all on one.
All on one, and I'll pick it up if you don't mind.
Well, that's bright, generous of you.
That's the least I can do. My name's Billy, and this is my daughter, Billy.
Hi there. You can call me Young Billy. Kind of differentiate.
All right, then. I'm Wanda. This is Moriarty and Carlos.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Hola.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Now, what brings you out this way?
A little bit of action, I suppose.
Hopefully trabajo.
A little bit of action, hopefully, huh? Is the creepy guy with you over there?
I'm sorry, are you referring to me?
Oh, he ain't creepy.
You sure? I mean,
Just get to know him.
I assure you I'm quite the gentleman. I'm gonna do a little curtsy.
nice to meet you. Moriarty, is it?
You remembered my name. Was it Young Billy? Nice to meet you, Sid.
It's pleasure's all mine, I think.
Shake your hand. Very delicate.
She has more of a firmer grip. Kind of lets go very quickly and shakes her hand out a little bit. Ugh.
Well, isn't he a dandy?
Looks like it.
Oh, man. So you guys are off some adventuring, huh?
For a prize.
Well, it just seems that I and my beautiful daughter are about to go on some adventuring as well. Wouldn't mind hiring some people to come with us.
Ain't that so?
Yeah, she wants to get out and see some of these abominations and all this other stuff, and I'm hoping it teaches her that sometimes home is a good place to be.
Ah, so young Billy. You've never seen any?
I have not myself, but I've been practicing for a number of years. I know I'm ready.
You're in for some interesting fighting.
I hope so. Cooped up in this town too long. Gotta get out. Stretch my legs. Stretch my arms. You know how it is.
I know the itch.
You mean the safety of this town?
Yeah, but safety's boring, Pops.
Safety
bored.
keeps you alive.
They keep me alive, but doesn't keep me living.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. So,
Builds camaraderie.
camaraderie. Well, are you up for accompanying an old man and his daughter?
For the right price.
Waiter comes back and he's just kind of standing there. Oh, well, Billy's any drinks for the two of y'all?
I'll take me a whiskey. Billy, would you like some milk?
Pops, you know I drink whiskey now.
I could dream, right?
You can dream. That's
Two
only for you when you're
whiskeys.
sleeping. Yes,
Be
please.
back. He shuffles over and see this gentleman at the bar sort of pull him aside, and he seems to be motioning over to you, to the five of you, and motioning to bring them back over. Just kind of does a circular motion with his hands and talking to the waiter. The waiter goes back, grabs the whiskeys, brings them to the two Billies. Here you are. Also, old Les wants me to tell you, wants to speak with you over at the bar side about, well, some work is what he told me.
Ain't
Fantastic.
that right?
Mm-hmm. He's
All right,
waiting
then.
for you. He shuffles off.
Oh, it's so exciting. Don't you think, Carlos? We're making so many friends.
Well, I don't know about friends, but business partners. That I can get behind.
I don't think we should keep the man waiting.
Wanda's gonna
I
get up.
agree. Let's go.
And Billy, or young Billy, excitedly shuffles over.
Now, don't seem too eager.
Sorry, Pops. And she kind of reins herself in a little bit.
I know it's all right to be excited.
But, maybe we should be wearing our poker faces.
Got it. Poker face.
Didn't know you had one.
And give you a nice toothy smile.
So you all make your way over to the bar, and Les is cleaning drinks, and Billy, you would have some cursory information. Having lived here for ages, you would know a little about Les, and I'll pass you off. It's not a whole lot, but it's just a few things, and you can make of it what you will as we're going along here. One moment. There we go.
Well, hello, Les.
Oh, Bill. Been a long time since I seen you in here. And this must be young Billy.
Howdy.
And then, 3 compadres that I must, unfortunately, that I'm not aware of. And you are...
I'm Wanda.
Carlos.
Hmm?
Hello, I'm Moriarty.
Yeah, I thought I recognized a scary fella. I heard about you from my other hunters. Pretty good.
Is that so? How pleasant.
Good things, good things. Say you're a bit creepy, but you got your ducks in a row. That's what we like down here. Well, I'm not one for beating around the bush. I'll just go ahead and come out. Contract's in. Requires 5 for the job. It is going to be $500 reward for completion of this little task we got before us. And just for anyone who out of character is not aware of how that translates, that's about $12,000. $1,000. 4-way split. Well, 5-way split.
4-way, whoa.
That's about 12,000. Yeah, $5,000. Or no, $12,000 5 ways. Basically, if you're looking at like compared to how much that's worth now, so that's a lot of money. Just so everyone's aware. We need you to take care of a little problem over in Bartonsville. I'm getting all these towns crossed and mixed matched since the whole Rift business. Bartonsville, out east.
Bartonsville.
That's right.
This doesn't sound like no easy job.
Well, it never is in our line of work. But the pay is good. I need you to take out a creature that's been stalking the swamps over there and been nabbing people in the middle of the night what get a little bit too far away from town. I mean, too far is walking out of the roads about 10 feet outside the residences. Need somebody to take care of the problem.
I think we might need a down payment.
He kind of looks at you. Down payment?
Absolutely. You need the
Por
job
de
done?
viaje.
Well, hell, if I pay you now and you die, I'm out a certain amount of money. Ain't nobody gonna find that money out in the swamps.
Well, it looks like we're all taking risks on this job, don't you agree?
I mean, you can go find another 5, but we're the best here.
Go find another 5. What do you mean? We really should take this job.
Young Billy, just cool your jets.
Well, I'll tell you all what. I'll make sure to guarantee that money because I'm coming with you. And if y'all die and I get back, I get it all back, right?
I
Well,
just say we need some assurances.
Well, right now it's a 5-way split, but I suppose ain't no sense in paying dead man. So yeah, if you'd like to do that, old Bill, that'd be how it goes. And just for reference, old Bill could do that. I mean, what standard would be for a down payment would be about $20 each way, because that would be a fifth of what's being paid. Right, so 20% advance. And old Bill's rich, so he could definitely do that.
Old Bill would gladly do that, but first he's gonna look over at young Billy. I don't know, Billy. This one sounds like it might be a tougher one than I wanted for your first one out if you're gonna keep repeatedly doing this and disappointing your dear old dad here.
Dad, I've been practicing for a while, and I know you haven't really seen a lot of it, and you really don't want me to go out, but I'm ready. I swear. Please, let me do this.
I mean, you ever asked old Lester here why he don't go out hunting no more?
No.
Lester,
Oh, well, shit. I suppose I could, old Bill, bringing up old history. Well, sweetheart, I used to be in this line of business, but then he kind of leans back, kicks one of his legs up, pulls back the pant leg on it. It's very metal and kind of greenish. Hues are all over it. Had a bad run-in with something up in Frisco, way northwest of here. Something evil, crawling around in the desert dirt. Took both my legs out from under me, snatched them right up. Sucked them right to the ground. I was sitting there bleeding out. Thankful I had 2 or 3 folks with me that happened to pull through before it sucked the rest of me in. Took that sucker out. Oh, almost died 3-4 times on the way back. Lost both my legs. Separated from the kneecap down. Old Slavka, referring to the one who created the Wyrdhunters. Oh, she ponied up, gave me some prosthetic legs in return, told me I had to handle the contract business. Seemed pretty good. Investment for me to make. Steady work, and I get to walk again, so can't really complain, but it is a dangerous business, young Billy. It is a dangerous business.
now I don't know about your daughter, but I've grown accustomed to my legs, and I've grown accustomed to your legs. Don't really want to see them disappear in no ground.
Well, neither do I, Daddy, but, I think that I'm ready, and, if I'm not, then, I'll deal with the consequences as they come, but what else am I really going to do with my life? And no, I'm not getting married.
No grandkids, huh?
No.
If I may interject, Mr. Billy, it sounds as though she has chosen her path. Don't you think it'd be best if she got over her beginning phase while you're still around to watch her back?
Well, Mr. Moriarty, is it?
Moriarty.
Moriarty? All right. See, that's why I'm planning on doing here, but, no dad. No dad wants to see a daughter traipsing off into the wild and doing God knows what with those abominations out there.
Well, if you push your child to the lake, eventually he'll learn to swim or sink. I feel it's more like that, don't you agree?
Oh, I do. And young Billy, if that's what you want, then that's what we'll do. And if these 3 are with us, I covered a $20 down payment. And the off chance that we don't make it back, I'm not worried about it. But I'm hoping they're worth that down payment.
I think they are. Thanks, Daddy. I really appreciate it. And, young Billy goes in for the hug. Who's their dad?
Oh, I'm not done yet. When you're done,
Okay.
I expect some grandkids at some point down the road before I kick the bucket. nobody gonna be able to take these millions to the grave with them.
Fine, fine. If you let me go on this, then at some point before you die, I'll have grandkids. Well, kids.
Anyway. So,
Then that's a deal.
all right. So you all take the job then on the condition that old Bill forwards 20% up front.
Sounds about right.
See.
This is excellent news.
Very well.
Too.
And he brings out a contract. All right. Sign here, or if you don't know how to read and write, just sign your mark.
All right. I guess that's that. She's gonna go for the quill and sign her name.
Right.
Do you mind me asking, is there any more information on these, this monster, this creature that we could perhaps get?
Oh, well, not a whole lot. Ain't been many survivors that have encountered it, but you could ask around here, maybe. All I know is that it's been active for the last 2-3 months, and disappearance is going up a lot. Bartonsville is almost like a ghost town now.
A ghost town, you say?
Oh boy, I got him excited.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sign the paper now, if you'd be so kind.
He passes you the quill.
Would there be any fine print on this here contract?
You could look it over and see if there's a roll me a. You're looking at a contract. No, you don't see anything. It's just all big. There's no secrets here at all. In fact, the portions that are kind of like we're not responsible in the event of your death and such, all those kind of more like waiver language. That's all very, very large print. They want you to understand that you're taking your life into your own hands by accepting this contract. So there are no secrets in these Wyrdhunter contracts.
Right.
Hey, if we're done with that, can you pass over the contract?
Of course. Here you go.
Thank you. And young Billy scribbles out her name, or what kind of looks like her name, but not really. Hi.
Mana's gonna lean up to see if she signed it, young Billy.
Yep.
Satisfied, she sits back down.
Your daddy.
Well, your first name ain't Young, first of all, Billy.
Well, it's how I distinguish myself from your daddy.
Oh, I don't think anybody needs any distinguishing. And with that, he'll sign his name without the O in front of it. All right, Lester. Carlos, did you sign this?
Carlos picks up the contract and writes down an X.
What's that? All right. All right, so contract signed. Well, that is done. I presume you know how to get to Bartonsville.
I know how to get to Bartonsville.
You look like a man who knew how to get around town.
Oh, I found my way.
I think we can all follow you.
Oh, is Carlos still looking at the contract, wondering? Or did you sign it?
No, he just wrote down an X.
Okay. Oh, no. Yeah, Les looks at that kind of weird, but then shrugs and puts the contract under the desk. Enter that. But continue, Sam. Go ahead.
Oh, that was all I had. Well, now that that's done, maybe we all had a couple drinks to our newfound glory and adventure with our new friends. What do you think, Billy?
Sounds good. Let me just finish this first whiskey and then I'll grab another one. Cheers.
Wanda raises her glass to that and takes a sip.
I love these two. They're so kind. Don't you agree?
That they are.
I'm gonna raise up my glass of water.
Young Billy raises her glass in response.
Well, cheers then.
To bounties.
Carlos raises his glass and says, "Another tequila, por favor." His glass is empty.
Waiter walks over and tops you off. You guys enjoy some drinking, and I assume head out after getting some provisions to Bartonsville. And just to make it perfectly clear, you're welcome to have, whatever kind of weaponry and things like that within reason. Just to get a sense of idea. I'm assuming everybody has at least one close quarters weapon, like a knife or something similar. And then, guns of some sort as well. Since it's not hard to get a gun. But it's a day or two trip, nothing exciting. Arrive in Bartonsville.
Ooh, that's
How lively.
Is that the definition of lively? I thought, it had to be alive. Or was it a joke? Oh,
I guess
Oh,
there's a
no.
certain sort of energy.
I assure you, it's quite bustling.
whatever you say.
Also, did any of you ask around the tavern after about any information with the contract?
I didn't.
Yep,
I didn't.
Kind of
negative.
left before that.
If there was a ghost town, yeah, I'll get my info.
All right. So you guys come in town. It's about midday, but it looks like it's dark outside. It's sun was beating down on you not even half hour ago, and now you get here and it's just like a dreary shadow holds over this place. Very few people outside. Those that are kind of hidden in their porches or very close to their homes. Roads are almost completely abandoned. You see several buildings boarded up. Crows dominate the airways.
Was there someone approachable, or are they all just like shying away?
No one shies away from you, but no one also goes to seek contact with you either. They're all just kind of, they notice you come in and they cast some glances at you, but nothing too suspicious right now. They're just kind of gauging you like anyone would if they saw someone they didn't know come into town.
So Wanda could approach one.
Yeah, you certainly could try. Who are your? So there's a couple different people here. There's older, younger people, and you approach one of the people who looks older, younger.
An older.
So you kind of looking around. There's an older man kind of sitting up on his porch. He's got a Winchester loaded, but it's not like in his lap or being pointed or anything. It's kind of loaded next to him. He's kind of on his rocking chair going back and forth.
Howdy.
Good afternoon.
We're betting new to town, but we heard you got some issues going on here. We'd like to get filled in.
So issues. Scratching his nose and kind of shaky. What kind of issues you looking to solve? Are you supposed to be them sheriffs what coming in?
Absolutely.
We bringing law and order to the town. We got militia here. I don't look like sheriffs though.
We're the unconventional types. So, what happened here? There's mighty lack of people here.
That's a count of several different things, I'm afraid. Kind of again scratches his neck and kind of bats at some flies. Well, there's the Tony Two Tongues gang. Been coming through every now and then, robbing the buildings that's abandoned. And then you got the the bog beast that's creeping around on the outside of town. Been snatching folks up. Snatched up old Thatcher's little one the other day. God rest her soul.
When they get snatched up, are you sure they die?
Oh, they never come back. Well, when they get snatched up, the beast don't just grab them to take them. He's not building a little town of his own. He's a beast. Beast got to eat, in my opinion.
You seen this beast?
Oh, not straight on. I was out here the other night, cooking up some beans, getting some fresh air, cramped in my house since my wife died. Don't feel right. I looked over yonder, points over towards some swamps on near town. Oh my goodness, it was the size of 2.5 men. Old Thatcher was out there, sneaking about like she usually does, creeping on folks. Grabbed her right by the leg, dragged her out. I went for a Winchester, tried to help her out. I mean, she's a little scamp, but she's one of our own. Shot off a couple rounds. I thought I hit clean. Sure didn't seem to care.
It wasn't affected by your weapon at all, was it?
Well, if it was, it didn't show it. I heard some growling and groaning over there, but it just plumb bushwhacked off, sprinting off in that direction yonder, disappeared into the night. I ain't gonna follow. I ain't no tracker, and I ain't no fool. I wouldn't have stood a chance.
Right, understandable, but that's why we're here.
Well, that's about all I know, but one person you could talk to as well. The lady acting as our mayor, Melissa.
Where might we find this Melissa?
Oh, it's the bigger town hall looking building right there down yonder. Mighty empty from here. You know, it's accountant, clerk, and everybody in there. And she's usually milling around outside. She's hands-on sort since her husband died.
Understandable. But we'll go and pay her a visit. What's your name again?
Oh, my name's Jeb.
Nice to meet you, Jeb. And what's the name of your acting mayor?
Oh, acting mayor Melissa.
Melissa. All right. Well, it was a pleasure talking to you. We're gonna go head over to the town hall, and I suppose we might see you later.
Y'all be safe. Make sure you tuck your coin purses in.
You got some crime going on?
Oh yeah, Tony Two Tongues gang. They creep around here. Ain't no law here. Only law is this. And he kind of taps his Winchester. They don't mess with me. I'll run inside and gun them down from the windows. I'm old, but I still don't miss.
She taps her own Winchester and is like, I understand. I'll see you later.
Take care now.
She's gonna go back to the others, and if they weren't around, then she's gonna relay the message and then head over to the town hall. Now, old Billy, are you familiar with this acting mayor?
Can't say I am that well. I haven't been over this way in quite some time.
I guess it'll be a surprise for us all.
Yeah, it should be, but everything's a surprise these days. Well, we should keep running. Let's go on over there and see what else we could drum up. Did you learn anything about you learned all that stuff about the bog monster? Is there anything particular?
Well, I suppose it's not going to be easy to take out. Doesn't even flinch at a shot.
Maybe he just didn't shoot it in the right place.
That's also possible. Maybe the mayor has more information on this. That's why I'd like to go over to the town hall.
All right. See on over.
Yeah, Billy start walking towards the town hall.
Young Billy will follow.
Yeah, and as you guys are coming towards the town hall, you do see a woman and a couple of men out there. Woman's kind of, picking up some debris. men are cleaning up some glass. As you guys are coming down the road a fair ways, it's a pretty open town. Not really hard to, not too easy to conceal yourself if you're moving about. Lots of space between buildings and whatnot. One of them sees you, and they all collect weapons from nearby. And while they don't point them at you, they are loading them and have them at the ready as you approach.
Oh, I want to give a nice little wave to them, you know?
Wanda takes the tip of her hat and kind of, gives a nod.
Hello, gentlemen.
And one of the men spits on the ground, and there is a woman among them, brandishing her rifle as well.
Hey, miss, I didn't see you there.
Well, you see me now?
We're looking for the active mayor.
Present.
You must be Melissa.
That's right. Who told you that?
That old man over there, that nice gentleman.
Damn, Jeb. Well, what y'all want over here?
Well, he was just telling us about some bog monster. You know anything about that?
Y'all the Wyrdhunters I must have hired.
That we are.
Okay, and she nods and just kind of nods to the men that are there as well. One of them spits out a huge sop of chewing tobacco and then puts his gun down and goes back to clean up glass. And she leans her rifle up against the side of the door there. All right. Well, sorry about that. It's been a bit rough around here, I have to be honest.
Understandable.
But yes, I am looking for assistance with this matter.
Anything you can bring to light, that would be nice.
I hired some trackers to see if they could sort out the issue. I thought maybe it was, just some minor abominations. Maybe a pack of wolves, weird dogs, something of that nature. But as it turns out, it is something much more severe. I had set the trackers out. Only one of them returned with only one arm. I paid him full share of all three that I was supposed to give. He gave me all the information he could. That beast lives out there in the bog somewheres. They found tracks, traces, things like that. But between the beast itself, attacking them in the night, and, well, what lurks out there, they had no success. I need professionals now.
Well, that's why we're here.
If you don't mind me asking, how many legs? 2, 4, 3? You said you found tracks?
2 legs, appears to walk like us.
Oh, that's interesting.
But they're big tracks. Told me that foot's about as big as a man's torso.
Were you able to get a count for how many toes?
He wasn't real clean on that information. He was still screaming in between bouts of having anesthetic and his arms sealed up proper. I didn't seem to ask him before he left. He was in a hurry.
I'm sure he was just overreacting, nothing more.
He got his arm off. I don't think that's an overreaction.
Well,
Right.
we were blessed with 2.
Wow.
And most people are trying to want to keep their 2.
Yeah. Want us to rip off your arm? Sheesh. I don't think you could. I think you'd be very happy about that yourself.
Right, where
Anyways.
is the bog?
Oh, right over yonder. Points over, and there's a very, you can see between some houses, there's a very, very long stretch of swamp. That's the boglands. Nobody go out there. Not no more. Used to do some hunting out there back in the day. Ever since the rift opened up out there, don't happen no more. We go the other way. Slim pickings over on the plain side, but more likely to come home.
And with all your limbs.
That's right.
Now tell me, has anybody actually managed to hurt this bog monster?
I don't know. All I know is over the past 2 months, not counting those souls that have died from bandit gunfights, 26 people have disappeared from this town, and we ain't seen a lick of none of them.
That's
26.
Does this monster ever come into town, or is it only in the bog?
Oh no, it ain't dumb enough for that. We're dealing with something with intelligence. Every time it comes by, it just creeps right along the edge of the bog. We always tell people not to come around. I don't know, to be honest. I know that some people who typically stay in their homes, it's broke right in, I think, but it don't make no sense. People disappear from their homes and houses just as they left it, boarded up, locked, windows shut. Seems like people come outside sometimes for something and they disappear. I had a
think,
couple that get snatched up in broad daylight.
Have you ever witnessed any of these snatchings?
No, only people I've ever heard from is Jeb. Jeb's seen it one time back when I was one of the most recent ones. She kind of looks real downtrodden. And the second to last one that was taken was old Thatcher's boy.
That's what he relayed to us.
Snatched up right in the night, creeping around. Never had a chance.
Well, any y'all got any other details y'all want to flesh out before we head out into the bog?
Well, I don't think we're gonna get much more.
Should we really be heading out straight into the bog? I mean,
We could ask around. Let's see. You know if anybody else who was the son who got snatched?
One of those old Thatcher's boy got snatched.
Where can we find Thatcher?
House right over yonder, points over towards the bog. It's a house kind of near the edge. Actually, a really precarious spot right between kind of where land masses switch. Solid ground to bog ground.
I think we should go pay Thatcher a visit.
all right, let's just be gentle on him, considering the circumstances.
I agree.
Yeah, nobody likes losing a child. With a strange look at Billy.
Dad.
If you feel that way, could I ask you one more favor?
What is it?
This ain't part of your contract or nothing, but well, and she holds a hand to her head. My daughter Jeannie, I know I told you Thatcher's boy was the second to last one to go missing. My daughter Jeannie went missing. Now, I don't know if it was the bog beast or not, but I can't think of nobody else. And if the bandits take somebody, they always ransom them. So, I don't know if she's out there or not, but if you see her, please, dead or alive, bring her back to me. I
You
got
have
her.
our word. We'll bring her back to you.
Oh, bless you. I'll throw in another $100 for if you do it for me, please. Just, she's got her daddy's hair, blonde hair, and she's a young one. Barely seen 16 summers.
It's always good to have some peace of mind. We'll do our best.
Thank you.
It's- We appreciate all the information that you've been able to give us. We'll go on to the Thatcher house and see if we can get more information.
All right, y'all be safe.
You
Take
too.
care.
Safe as we can be.
Wanda's gonna head over to the Thatcher residence.
As we're walking away from the mayor and their company, I want to bring something up, like midway when we're out of earshot.
Okay.
Now, these bandits seem to be preying on the disparaged. These people are suffering enough, don't you agree?
I mighty agree there.
I know we weren't hired for this kind of work, but it would do us well and well to the people if we maybe looked into this matter. Don't you agree?
Well, maybe this matter is one and the same. Maybe by solving one, we could solve them both.
Excellent. 2 birds and 1 stone.
Well, help me train my aim then. Get rid of these bandits. Clean up this town.
I'm so
Hopefully get
glad
back
you
to
all see eye to eye with me on this one.
More money to line our pockets.
Well, it's not really the job we've been hired for. It's more of a goodwill mission than anything.
We can negotiate.
It's always good to have some karma on your side.
Well, one problem is we don't know how many there are. But to me, it just seems more than weird that you got the bog beast and his gang hooting around at the same time.
Yes, I'd say we focus on the bestia, and if those bandits appear, we deal with them. But otherwise, let's focus on the bestia.
Wanda, make me an intelligence check. Difficulty 9. Click on your token and skill check. And then intelligence. And then if you want to use a luck die, you can.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to use it.
That's okay. So you just click on, so top left corner, there should be a macro for skill checks. If you click on your token first. And then there should be a drop down from there that has all your attributes. You just
There's
click
actually
on...
nothing like that.
Really?
Yes.
You have access to your token though, right?
Yes, I can edit the token.
Try to set yourself as Wanda in the bottom right, where it says like as whoever.
Where does it say as? Oh, I see.
Yep. And then try it after that.
Unfortunately, no. Is there another way I can do it?
Let me just make sure, because you should be able to. Let me try to fix it. Wanda.
So, when you click the token, it should pop up in the left top corner. Like of your screen.
Yeah, is it not showing?
Okay, I see it now.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, and then you click on that, skill check, and intelligence.
Intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
And what does difficulty 9 mean again?
It's just what we're looking at. You don't have to put that in anywhere. You just roll it, or use a luck point would give you an additional die. But if you just want to roll it straight without using any kind of luck point, you can do that as well. Luck points will not regenerate between sessions. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna whisper you something.
So as we're walking along, I kind of say lowly to the group, don't look now, but there's men that paying attention to us. Just keep doing what we're doing. Don't get trigger happy. Don't get close to your weapons. Just kind of play it cool. Let's see how it goes.
Oh yeah, the second you say that, my stance of walking is gonna change to really awkward, and it's obvious I'm trying to pretend to act normal.
Watching us, you say?
What do you mean?
I don't rightly know that they look like they've taken some interest in us, and given the fact that there's some criminal activity here, I would be on your guard, but I don't want to tip them off to anything violent.
Yeah, and they look like that, Wanda, since you've seen them.
I'm gonna continue on towards the Thatcher residence, but like keep a good eye on the people that seem to take interest in them.
Yeah, so you head over towards the Thatcher residence. And again, it's a rickety old shack. Decent sized building, but it does seem to be in some disrepair. And you're out in front of it now.
And young Billy will walk up, and she'll knock on the door. Hello, Mr. Thatcher? You there?
We're in mourning. Go away.
I understand, but we just have a few questions if we could have a moment of your time.
Your heavy boots stomp against the ground. A middle-aged man, rather portly, big beard, looks you over. Hell you won't.
Oh, hi there. My name is Billy, and these are my associates, and we've come to this town to hunt what's ever been hunting you folks.
Okay, the hell you won't.
Well, we just had a few questions about what exactly happened to and my condolences about your son.
Ain't got time for questions.
We just want to bring justice to what's plaguing your nice little town here. Any help we can do, it would be justice for your son.
Okay, somebody can roll me a willpower check to try to convince them. I don't care who it is, just announce it, decide to do it, and then tell me how you want to convince this man to speak with you.
Oh, I would like to attempt to.
All right.
Here we go. Go ahead. You need a 12. That's definitely more than a 12. So, Moriarty, what do you say?
Mr. Thatcher, was it? I understand you're going through trying times. Losing a loved one always hurts, leaves a scar that may never fully heal. I too know the pain of loss. But I assure you, you will see your son again one day. Your reunion will be glorious. But in the meantime, you know what would fill the void in your heart? Some nice, sweet revenge. And we can do that for you, if you help us.
He kind of looks Moriarty over hard, then looks at the ground, and he looks kind of dejected. Oh, I don't know much. My boy told me he'd seen the damn thing before he went missing. Oh, gosh. What'd he say it was? About hey big, couldn't even fit through my doorway. Just gets pointing up towards the ceiling. He gets tall, big, built like a couple of bulls fused together. Huge creature, covered in fur, angry. He'd seen the sucker, he said, out in the bog. My boy was too curious for his own good. He'd seen that sucker. He said he's seen it in a cave. Go towards a cave out in the bog. My boy got way too far out in the damn bog. It's probably that thing got him, but there's a cave in the bog. That's what my boy said that sucker went into. Took my boy in there, and he killed him. You said you can bring me vengeance, weird fella? I hope you do. I want to see the head of that beast if you can bring it back to me.
I guarantee we will do absolutely everything in our power to make sure your healing process goes over smoothly.
What's the name of your son?
Toby. That's my boy.
We'll do this for Toby.
I want to take his hands and shake it, you know? Maybe put a hand on his shoulder, pat him.
Kind of looks at you, awkward, but he gets the sentiment and nods. I'm sorry I was rude. I'm in bad humors. I'm in bad spirits.
Hey, anyone who loses a child would be in the same shoes, but we really appreciate you talking to us, and we'll make sure the head of that beast is sitting on your front porch as soon as possible. That I promise you.
He nods, and he's having a decent manly cry, a la Clint Eastwood. And just kind of nods. He got some tears in his eyes and rubs them over. I ain't got nothing else. My wife and daughter been crying for days. I gotta go back inside.
Of course.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, he kind of stops and looks behind you. Y'all be careful. And then he closes the door, and you hear the door latch and lock. And you do hear footsteps coming from behind you guys at this point.
Wanda turns around. Is it the four men?
Oh, yes. Group of 4 men walk up. And
What can I do for you, gentlemen?
what can you do, indeed? Oh, well, we saw there's some new travelers in town. And thinking, we just came into town ourselves a few days ago. And just came into the country, in fact, not long ago.
And
Well, welcome to the country.
Oh, well, thank you. Mighty kind of you. Well, my name is Tony. Colloquially, they call me Tony Two Tongues. Not really sure why.
Well, it's nice to meet you. They call me Young Billy.
Now that I can see why. Young indeed. Very young, but not too young, I would think.
What was that supposed to mean?
how can we help you?
Looking at young Billy and then looks back at Wanda. Well, you see, I like to think of myself as law enforcement for this town. You see, it's kind of depraved and not a whole lot protection here. Protection, unfortunately, costs money. If you're going to travel through my town, I got to tell you, you got to pay a visitor's tax.
Oh, you,
That-
you mean you're gonna pay us to protect you? That's kindly mighty of you.
We don't need your coins, friends.
Maybe I misspoke. Perhaps my friend will be able to speak better for you. Looks over at one of his friends. And there's a bigger guy. I mean, they're all dressed relatively the same, as you can see. But a bigger guy steps forward and spits on Carlos's boots.
Well, that's rude.
What he means is that you're going to give us the fucking money, or we're going to sell you back to wherever you came from. Always so blunt, he is. Very straightforward.
That's a mighty fine offer, but I'm gonna counter that and say no. We're gonna deal with your bog monster problem, and we could just go on our merry way. It was a pleasure meeting you folks.
And he sort of goes into his coat pocket. I don't think you understand. You don't get to decide when you leave. I get to tell you. Like I said, I'm law enforcement in this town. And the bog beast, well, the mayor and I sort of split what we handle. I handle the populace, and she handles the abominations. That's between you and the mayor. This is between you and me, and my boys, if you decide that you and me's not enough.
You're the
What?
mayor, you're the sheriff, right? Do you have a badge?
Well, badges are gold, and gold's in a bit of short supply right now. Ordered a few from the county office. They'll be here in the next couple weeks, I imagine. But until then, you just got to take my word for it.
How strange. I always thought they were tin.
And he freezes a bit with that. And
I think he has a point there. I'd never seen any gold badges anywhere.
True.
It's a new initiative. Looks more professional. And Carlos, make me a reflexes check to see how sneaky you are compared to their intelligence. It's gonna be a skill check, and you might have. I don't know if you're gonna have the same issues. Make sure your bottom right has Carlos in it as far as talking as. Oh, that's pretty good. So this is an opposed one. He'll roll intelligence. See if he notices. No. So you're working your gun. Describe what you're doing right now.
Carlos slides his hands towards his guns very slowly, like he's just scratching an itch. And he says, compadres, you see, we might reach an agreement in this situation. We are a bit short on coin, but we can surely pay with lead.
Oh, shit. I'm assuming that's going to be followed up with a gun being drawn, or you just engage in the reactions.
Oh man.
Nah, I'm shooting him.
So I'll give you that reflex roll as your gunshot. So you're going to shoot. Which one are you shooting?
I'm aiming for the Aussie or New Zealand.
Yeah. Wherever he's from. So that's him. He doesn't see it coming. So how we determine the damage whenever we hit something, we roll strength versus athletics. So you're guaranteed 1 damage for every 6 you go over their athletics roll. It's an additional damage. So roll me your strength. This is just to determine how well the bullet strikes home. That's not bad. Close. I'll give you an extra because he was surprised and is not trying to actively avoid it. So, go ahead and describe how this looks, Carlos, as you shoot Tony Two Tongues squarely in the body.
When Carlos draws his guns, he shoots up a little bit of earth, more to clean his boots than anything else. But his guns and his hands follow suit, and he just shoots for the gut.
And he starts backstepping and is grabbing his gut and fumbling around. Blood's coming out. Pretty rapid pace. You think you might have nicked something important. and it has begun.
Initiative time.
Nope, it's just you. So it's your guys' turn. The way that System Light works, players will always go first unless I say otherwise. So it'll be everybody else. And really, this works out because you guys did kind of get the jump on them.
Oh,
Who wants
perfect.
to go first?
So Carlos has, for all intents and purposes, went. So it'd be everybody else. And however you guys want to decide the orders, fine with me.
I
Alright.
guess in a knee-jerk reaction, Wanda's gonna pull out her Winchester and strike the one left of Two Tongues. And this is strength.
Reflexes. So the first thing is to hit, and then the second one's the damage that's done.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So perhaps a bit taken aback by what's happened, fumble with the Winchester a bit. The bullet flies wide, hits a post off to the side as this guy kind of blinks and shudders because he's almost shot. Unfortunately, a miss. Whoever's next.
Oh, man, we're gonna get a lot of those rolls today, aren't we?
Mhm.
Oh, Billy carrying his pickaxe is gonna run up and try to stick it in this guy over here's head. Oh,
This guy? Oh, God.
yep. And I don't think I got any type of good roll.
Reflex.
Oh,
That's not bad. Well, the thing is, everybody's, it's a low power game, so anything could happen.
Yeah, then you add on my curse.
Ty goes to the attacker. Or Ty goes to the player, I think we decided.
mhm.
So you will hit him. Roll your strength.
Oh, baby, here comes another good one.
Noise.
So you stick
Oh.
him, run up, and
Not that good, though.
pickaxe gets dug into his shoulder. Ah! And he's trying to go for his gun, but he stops at that. He's looking for something a little more personal. We've got Moriarty and young Billy next.
No, I'm really excited about that pickaxe. So I'm gonna sprint over to the same guy and try to hit him over the head with my shovel.
Teamwork.
You get a bonus. So now we're talking about bonuses now. So ganging up if there's two people fighting one person, and we'll do this for shooting too. If multiple people are shooting at someone, or if multiple people are trying to swing on someone, you will get additional die bonuses based on how many people have attacked them already. So, or if you're surrounding someone, kind of. So you're gonna get an additional die on your reflex check, Moriarty, to hit this guy. You can just do that as a luck die and not. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Well, there we go.
That's the attack of the working class.
I would say that hits, and you go ahead and roll your. We'll do strength. We'll do everything with an additional die there to kind of encourage the gang up aspect. So do a strength check with an additional die as well. Pickaxe holding them in place for you to brutalize them. Oh man.
Damn.
A death. Oh baby,
Ooh.
describe it.
So yeah, he's already reeling over. There's a pickaxe dug in his shoulder from old Billy. Moriarty gets a smile on his face. It's sort of like a hop and a skip, and he goes over and he winds up like a baseball bat, and there's a shovel, dunk, connects with his head, like the back. And he's just standing over as blood gushes, and the guy goes to the ground.
Ding! You hear it's like bing, it's kind of a mixing of a clang and blood splatters on the ground as you hit him with enough force to separate his shoulder from the pickaxe. He falls to the ground, a heap, bloody, twitching as his gray matter spills out onto the ground.
Just a little wag of a finger. Now don't go losing your head.
Oh my god. Young Billy?
All right. So Billy's prepared for this, and she gets a bit of a smirk on her face as all that training of twirling guns has finally come to fruition. So she removes her gun from her holster, twirls it around, turning off the safety she did, and aims at this guy over here. Fires off a shot.
Reflex?
Alrighty. Bang.
Hit him.
All right, is it reflex again?
Strength.
Sorry, strength. Okay.
This is the one that spit on Carlos's boots, and he's kind of chewing on some tobacco and starts to jerk and move around as all the chaos is going on, and a bullet flies through his cheek and out the other. And a bunch of chewing tobacco comes flying out.
Smoking's deadly. She blows on her gun.
That's why I chew now. So that's everybody on
Ain't you
your
no
guys'
more.
side. Yeah, it's definitely not. Teeth fly out as well as that bullet connects square. Teeth, blood, some tongue. Would be their turn. Tony Two Tongues is gonna whip out a revolver and, having been shot by Carlos, attempts to return the favor. You would counter that with your own. You counter that with your own reflexes. I would say he missed pretty squarely. So he tries to take a shot at you, but he's got shaky hands and blood is gushing out of his guts. He just kind of hits the building behind you, and you hear screams from inside of old Thatcher's house. As all this is going on, the one who spit on Carlos's boots is actually kind of close to Carlos and Wanda. I'll try to position where everybody is so we have an idea. This is pretty accurate. He's actually gonna try to pull out his knife and just kind of backhand swing at Wanda as she's nearby. Oh man, that's a reflex to attempt to dodge it. All right, roll me athletics as well, because he's hit you now. Ooh, that's a bad cut. So what happens, he makes a wild backhand swing filled with anger and cuts you across your shoulder and back. Deep cut. You feel it dig in. You take 2 wounds from that. 1 for being hit, 1 from it being 6 over your athletics roll.
Do I need to mark that someplace?
Yeah, on your green bubble is your wounds, and you go down. So if you go to 1, so you're at 1 wound. It's on your token. Nice. And then the last guy, seeing that things are rapidly deteriorating, he's looking around for a good target. He's between Carlos and young Billy, so I'm gonna roll. Carlos, do you want odds or evens?
Odds.
Odds, okay. Shooting at Billy.
I don't know.
Not Billy.
This is sexist.
Oh shit.
Oh no. Hopefully I
bad
can
luck,
dodge
though.
this.
Carlos chose well.
I'm using that luck die. I don't want to get shot. Oh! I definitely dodged it away on that one.
Goodness. So almost preternaturally, very whoosh, just almost Matrix-like. This bullet was aimed pretty well, dead center. You just happened to get out of the way just in time as it lodged itself inside a post outside old Thatcher's house. It is back to you guys.
Well, Carlos, you started us off.
Go ahead. I'll go ahead, Carlos.
Oh, I'm going.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna finish the job on Tony.
All right, go for it.
Pulling both guns this time and shooting them both.
Go for it. It's not bad. He pulls both guns out, takes shots, but he's stumbling around, and in fact, this wound that he had helps him avoid this a bit as he kind of falls to the ground. Where you were aiming, he was still standing up.
Wanda, want to go?
Yeah, Wanda, go ahead.
All right. Wanda's gonna return the favor to the one that slashed her. Take out her own knife and try to stab that dude right there.
All right.
And that's a reflex.
Mm-hmm. You would hit him.
Very nice.
Strength. So you give him a nice cut. It doesn't quite bring him down. Perhaps you cut him across his arm or chest. How do you cut him?
She'd go for the face, or somewhere more or less vulnerable, since they got thick jackets, so she wouldn't go for that.
So you catch him with a solid cut across his eye area, sort of eye, nose area. He kind of doesn't quite get in his eye. He closes his eye and backs up a bit, seeing at the last second, but it cuts him all up. God damn it! You bitch! And he's just getting upset. Badly cut up.
Alright, so now there's 2 engaged by shooting. That one right there, and...
He's been stabbed, and then the other guy's been shot at.
Okay, well, they're both engaged though, right? I mean, like...
Yes.
So either one of them give the advantage. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the old pickaxe at this guy.
You're gonna throw...
Whoa. Sorry, so pops. Let me pickaxe you a question.
I like it. I'll give you a bonus strength die if you hit him.
Excellent. You know me and throwing things in your game.
Yeah,
It works out pretty well.
You
can do
it.
So one for the extra person.
Sure.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh my.
Yeah, until that happens.
Oh, tie goes to you, though. You just got it. So roll me the strength. What's that?
That is second tie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sim is fairly lucky.
Add 12 too.
What? Jesus.
Well, the funny thing is, you still kill him, so tell me about this.
So hearing some hustle and bustle going around after me already, freeze my pickaxe. He's gonna turn and see the guy stab Wanda. And you hear a gunshot go off, but he's not seeing who shot the gunshot. But you see the guy who stabbed Wanda and doing some damage, so he's just gonna be old Hickory here and stand straight looking at the guy and heave the pickback over his head and throw it with all his might, hoping that it doesn't hit Carlos or Wanda.
Yeah, you're concerned for a moment because it seems like that's what's about to happen. But Carlos kind of leans down to, correct his aim. Pickaxe flies past him, soaring through the air, and one of the sharp points connects cleanly at the top of the cranium. And this guy just freezes for a moment and then collapses. The pickaxe stuck out of his skull.
I'm gonna need that back here in a minute.
Whoever's next.
How means.
Moriarty.
Right, so Moriarty was really concerned for Wanda, and then he sees a pickaxe fly through the air and get the guy in the head, so his concern drops and he focuses on the man who had lied to him. Now, you're no sheriff. He's gonna sprint over and try to... Is that close enough? I can just run over, get a hit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is all happening pretty close.
Yeah, so he runs up. He's on the ground, right? So he winds up overhead and tries to swing down the shovel on his head.
Reflexes.
And I'm gonna pop a luck die to hit him.
All right. Two-Tongue Tony is fighting with desperation at this point. He just does not want to die. He sees you sprinting up with the shovel, probably a rather sick look in your eye, and he sort of spins to get out of the way, drops his guns, and he's holding his hands up. No, wait, please, please! And he's bleeding, guts, his blood's pumping out of his stomach. Young Billy?
All right, young Billy, a little bit off the hive, dodging that last bullet. We'll kind of flip her gun up into the air, catch it, and fire at this guy over there, not taking mercy at all.
All right, roll it. Ooh.
Brutal.
Maybe a little mercy.
Ooh.
Ooh, there is no
Maybe a
mercy
little
in young
mercy.
Billy's eyes.
Rootinous, tootinous.
So you wing him. Ah! Bullet goes through his bicep on his shooting arm.
Haha.
And so I think it goes back to them. Two Tongues Tony is cowering. This other guy appraises the situation, does not find it favorable, and begins to flee. And people can take parting shots if they choose to, but if not, this guy is gone. He is just he drops his guns and just goes into a full sprint, begins to shed some of the heavier clothing on him. So this is a jacket and hat, and is just just trying to get out.
You yellow belly, get back here. Fight us like a man.
Well, Billy's gonna pull out his old reliable here. Nice little 6-shooter and take a shot. Not wanting to get away.
Yeah, anybody who wants to, feel free. He's just running for the hills.
Wanda's not interested. in
Billy will get that trick shot of.
There goes my tie.
No go on old Bill. That's pretty solid. Yeah, young Billy.
And thanks there.
Hit him again. Anybody else? I know Wanda's not. Carlos.
No, I'm good.
Let's do it.
Oh man. Ooh.
I don't think so.
No.
He takes another clean shot from young Billy and is holding his arm and stomach now, but he sprints clear, gets behind a building, and you hear him screaming and yelling in pain as he continues to run away until you no longer hear it. And you are left with a rather bloody and battered Two Tongues Tony laying on the ground, bleeding profusely.
Wanda's gonna go up to Two Tongues and kind of gingerly kneel towards him, try to pull down his bandana and look him in the eyes and go, "Now you're dying. We all know that. Tell us, are you in charge of this outfit, or are you just another lackey?"
I'm gonna make it. I'll tell you, but yeah, it was my crew.
Now, when you die, is your crew gonna linger around here?
Shit, love, you burying us?
Looks like we're burying you.
Make sure I got a pretty headstone. I want a carved one.
I don't know that you deserve that. We might
Everybody-
feed you to the bog monster. Unless you got something valuable to tell us.
Look, everybody's got a living to make. This is just making money.
By preying on these poor people.
They wasn't poor when we got here.
Is that what you want your parting words to be?
Look, I don't know nothing about no bog monster. It's just hogwash, I think. Probably people we kidnapped and just never brought back.
You've been kidnapping people.
Like I said, gotta make some money.
And are any of those people blonde? And girls?
Where are you taking those kidnapped?
Fuck should I tell you for?
We might
Make it
be
hurt
able to
more.
save your life.
Or that?
I want to get on my knees and cradle his head. He's bleeding.
What the fuck? Go ahead.
All right.
It's soothing, relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
Petting.
He looks at you pretty frightened, thinking you're gonna do something to him, but then after a little bit of you nod, he kind of winces. I thought you said I was done for.
Carlos crouches by his side, by Tony's side,
Mm-hmm.
and says, Mira, amigo, you have two ways of going out. One is a clean one with us. The other is in the hands of these fine people of this town.
Ooh,
It's your choice.
that's pretty good. Roll me. I'm gonna give him a willpower and drop his last die. He needs to beat a 12. That's a pretty good argument. I'm dropping his last die though, so it's a 2 die instead of 3 dice. So he would fail. He considers that, and when you mention that, you see a look of concern on his face. You imagine he's been doing these things to these people for a long time, and that may not sit over well if he's at their mercies. All right, look. If you promise to wrap me up, I'll tell you where we've been taking them.
And y'all got some gauze, some rags, anything?
Oh, I'm sure I can wrap him up.
Mm-hmm.
Be quite easy.
Have at it, Moriarty.
All right. So look, we gotta ask Alan Bog. Townsfolk too afraid to go out there because Bog base, and he's kind of making those kind of faces like he's making fun of the townsfolk. Anyways, we got a little check out there. Usually pretty safe from the bombies, but we had a latest prize. We were actually going to come try to secure some payment for today, but we saw you folks and it looked like you had some money, so we took our chances. Obviously didn't work out, but girl out there, she's should be nice and secure. Might have gotten out, who knows? But again, should be there. I could kind of give you directions where it is.
Yes. That'd be appreciated.
All right, but you wrap me up so I could tell you that it's there, and I would like a little money to give you the directions.
Don't
How
press your luck.
Looking around. Oh, fine. Here, and he kind of starts giving you if somebody has a piece of paper or something on their person, he kind of does a really rough sketch, or he does it in the dirt, whichever one works for you guys. Does a rough outline of where it would be. He's like, there, that's where it is.
Mighty appreciate it.
Right, so as soon as that weird fella's done rapping, I can just be on my way, yeah?
And you're never gonna come back. Ain't that right?
Right.
No, that does not sound convincing. Carlos, what's that itch you got? You know, Carlos here. He's the one that shot you to begin with. He's got a really big itchy finger. You sure you
Very
want to test
itchy.
that?
I told you I'm not going to come back.
Tony, we're friends now, right?
Most of the time I'm not friends with people who shoot me, but if you want to call me that, then sure.
Look, Tony, if I'm being honest with you, you do not want to make Carlos mad. I've seen him mad, and it's not pleasant. So from one friend to another, please don't come back.
You know, young Billy over here. She needs some target practice.
I do. I like runners. Can you run well?
Say you
I
start
won't-
running.
I won't be back. I won't be back. And he
Start running.
gets up and tries to hold the bandages on. Maybe Moriarty's not quite finished. And just sprinting.
She starts shooting at his feet. Run, little man, run!
He's jumping around, hopping, and ducks behind the same house that his boy ran behind earlier.
I get back up to my feet and brush myself off. What a nice young lad.
I don't know that right describes him. We got a map. We got a mission. We need to see if we can get a little girl to come home.
Let's get her. I know we got this bog monster to deal with, but I feel like we should get the girl quick and then maybe set up a trap for this monster. We know where it's hiding, and barreling right into that cave there ain't such a good idea.
I agree.
Oh, actually, I have an idea. Maybe they say that they disappear at night, right? So if we spend the night here, we can stand watch and maybe catch it in the act. Something so big shouldn't be stealthy. Footprints as big as our torsos.
Well, we best be careful if we're doing that. Nighttime also brings other complications like sight, darkness, that kind of thing.
What would the time of day be?
It's still like mid-afternoon, not quite evening yet.
I say any hour longer that this little girl might still be alive, we should probably try to get her. She's been a captive of these criminals that we just dealt with. We don't even know what we're gonna run into, if we're gonna run into any more of them.
No, of course, we deal with the child first, and then we set our trap later. That's what I meant.
Absolutely. Let's go get the girl first.
Let's mosey on over.
All right. I will assume that old Billy will go as well since he is using the bio. Also, bio check. Does anyone have to use bathroom, get refreshments, anything like that at this point? Seems like a decent, quick couple moments to get some refreshments.
A little 5-minute break.
Yep, if everybody would like to.
Oh, I'm back.
Just in time for our 5-minute break.
All right.
Yeah. All right, we'll take a quick 5. I'm not sure if Tet's also recording, but I'm gonna pause mine here and then pick it up when we all get back.
Sounds good.
So that's how I plan at work too. I go to the bathroom, come back for time for break.
Oh shit, it's break time. Has it
How
been
beneficial.
double break?
Who would have thought it?
Wow.
Ew, Sim, what's that pic you sent?
That is what's Oswald from Hateful Eight.
He must be a spooky man.
2 greens in one game? What?
2
Outrageous.
whole greens.
I have returned from my sabbatical. I joined the fan club server, and there's like floods of green.
Oh, you just now joined the fan club server? Did you find us all right?
I'm ceremonial, Sim. I'm ceremonial.
Welcome to fan club.
I'm pretty sure like 12 of them
What's your time
joined like
zone?
today.
Grandma, Abtab,
Yep.
Oh, Grandma.
Pasta is here. Won't make it.
Rude.
You calling it already?
I'm calling it.
Alright.
Although I called the dude early, but he kind
Yeah,
of
you did.
hung
And
around
TD's still here.
hung around like a hemorrhoid.
Hanging in. And it's a hemorrhoid that you've grown attached to now.
She's like the female anglerfish.
Sorry, Bo. I still remember the day when you were the only one that believed in me.
I was the only one that believed in Sim.
You
Aw.
were.
I didn't think Sim could make because of schedule. That's
No.
all.
Let's get
Yeah,
But then, but
That
now
one,
day shift Sim.
God.
Day shift Sim, I knew because I was like, yeah, Sim's got the chops because we had that weird game where it was like you, Mitchell, Aki, and somebody, Demi, was it?
Well, which
No.
game?
brothers, right?
OBB. I think it was Sim's first game.
Yeah.
System Light. It was Drama of Dornofstead. He played a leper.
I started like just making up shit for Sim to play so he can meet his requirements. We played like we played Imperial Assault a bunch of times, or a couple times.
Yeah, my first game was the Star
actually
Wars.
Yeah.
And then I think I played OBB, and then no, it was Imperial Assault next, and then OBB. So my first two ones were Bo's 2 games, if I remember correctly. And then OBB was fun.
Oh, that's the one with one eye, yeah?
No, there was a different one. It was there's the one eye one, and then there was one where it was in a different part of the land, and they went west to investigate goblin and orc movements that were weird that suggested cohesion.
Yeah, no, it wasn't part of that one.
And shit transpired.
Yep, and I figured out then that I can't roll for shit in Ghost's games.
Hey,
All
you're
right,
doing
so
pretty
far.
hot now.
As that continued on.
Knock on wood.
I apparently can't roll either.
You did all right.
Sorry.
Stab, you missed your shot, you were like, oh, fuck.
No,
Take
the
a stab
worst-
at it.
It's almost
worst
better
roll
if you don't roll well because you just become the legend that
The man, the
And
legend.
then you roll well, and it's like, oh shit, couldn't do something all session. But then when it mattered most,
when it matters. Yep.
Yeah, like
Like
throwing
Rock.
the sword.
Raven in the tour game. The worst rolls I've ever seen in any player ever.
oh god,
Do you
His
remember?
stats are so good, but he can't hit the broadside of a barn with an arrow.
Sim, you might complain about your rolls in System Light, but let me tell you something. I've played with Raven for since
A year.
Yeah, almost a year now. Raven in Tor is probably the worst elf I've ever seen. Like elves, you always see elves are so perfect; they never fucking miss. My elf that I was playing, it was the same way, like just your stereotypical shithead elf that could just never miss. Raven, wood elf, second class elf, can't hit the broadside of a fucking barn with an arrow. Like he's statistically on average supposed to hit every time. He rolls 6 dice, five dice or 6 dice.
Five at least.
5 dice plus the feet die, though, right? No,
Five.
just 5 dice in total. So he rolls 5 dice. Now, on average, so that's on average, you're rolling either 3 or 4, right? Like if you're looking at statistical averages, on average, you're likely to roll 3 or 4. That's your 50-50 odds. So feet die, same thing. You're likely to roll a 6 on the feet die. Again, 50-50 odds, average odds. 6, 3, 3, 3. So on average, he would roll what, 18, right?
So he got 6.5 plus 3.5 times 5. Yeah, something like that.
Around 18 to 20. Raven consistently rolls less than 10 on every fucking archery roll as a wood elf archer in Tor. This is the same race that Legolas is part of, and he just always misses. He's hit maybe 6 times in all of Tor.
Lego badass.
No,
Yeah.
Lego Badass is not. He's
That is
Lego's
not
retarded son. Retarded. It's like
This is like the fourth son of Thranduil or something like that just no one knows about because he's so embarrassed of his child.
he's so inbred. He just has no
Yeah.
eyesight.
Yeah, he covers himself in leaves and shrubbery so no one can see him as he's missing from the bushes and come after him and kill him.
If I can't see them, they can't see me.
You'd be
It's-
surprised how many times that people do that.
It's so bad. I cannot believe it. Even the Hobbit hits more consistently with his bow than the fucking elf does.
I'm
The
scared of
Hobbit's-
Tor.
The Hobbit rolls 2 dice.
Yeah.
Tor's fun, but
I played
Raven,
those
I don't know.
ones.
I don't know how Raven has fun because he just never dies. He never does anything in fights.
He revels in his failure.
He's getting ready to make his comeback. He sent me a private message. He probably did you too, Ghost. Sent me a private message saying how he's been not up to par. He's had some medical issues apparently. So
I got you. Well,
he's mounting a comeback.
I hope that translates to his elf.
I do too.
Is
Get
everybody
him
here?
Roll call.
Yep. Here.
Yeah.
Yo.
All right. I'm gonna mute myself again. Nice to meet you, Nicholas and Evervescent. Have fun. Ghost is a great GM, so you should have a good time.
It's been fun so far.
Yeah,
All
there, Bo. Get.
Yeah. Stay in character.
You're not welcome here.
Go back to that fan club.
Get out of
Your
here.
northern kind ain't welcome here. Get
I
out.
wanna go-
Get the
This-
fuck
yeah, this-
back in the mute box.
I've been called a yank before in real life, so I'm gonna go to bed.
Oh God, Jesus
All right,
Christ.
later.
Later, Bo.
Midnight approaches.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and resume. Okay, that was our quick 5-minute break. We are back, and I believe everybody was gonna go on a bog adventure.
Mm-hmm. To
Okay,
find the daughter.
let me bring everyone out. So I want everybody to let me know if there are any issues with the dynamic lighting. Because if there may be things that you should not be able to see, I appreciate everyone being up front. I think I have it all sorted out pre-session, but dynamic lighting has always been something that has been difficult for me, to be honest, even though it's pretty simple. Also, between scene changes, unless you were knocked down, you will go back to full wounds. So, Wanda, I'm going to put you back at your max. If you get knocked down during a fight, you do roll to see if you die. And I believe sometimes forget my own rules for this one. Let me make sure I get Yes. So, you're considered to be bleeding out. Normal checks are a D9 in Ath or Will. So you take Athletics or Will when you're rolling against death saves. If you fail 3 times, you die. So, and then it becomes increasingly more difficult to stay alive. Obviously, another character can spend an action to stabilize you to keep you from dying. But no concerns about that yet, and we'll cover it again if we get to it.
You said we're not recharging luck, or?
Nope. If you spent luck, it counts for the entire session. We're doing something a little different for this one. So if anyone spent a luck die, if you subtract it and you are out of luck die, it does not replenish. So I'll bring you over here and let me know.
Ooh.
Everybody seeing everything okay?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I see myself.
I see people around me.
See
That's
some
better.
hats. Yeah.
I can barely see people around me.
Daddy, where'd you go?
Let me actually look at how rough this is for. Oh man, that's dark. Okay, let
That's
me
awesome.
increase the radius a bit
I like
for
that.
everybody.
Where's everybody going?
We gotta huddle together for warmth and sight.
Daddy,
Typical
hold my hand.
Typical D&D party here. We're all gonna move at the same time, same pace, in the same direction.
And if some of you may be able to see farther than others, that's on purpose.
Oh man, so I'm supposed to be blind as a bat.
Yeah, man, I'm supposed to be seeing the will-o-wisps.
I see a W, Wanda.
Man, this is
Oh, there we go. I see
I see a
Morty.
pickaxe.
Hi there, Morty.
Who just touched me?
I'm right next to you. Ah.
I can't see shit.
All right, I'm gonna get you.
Take off your shades, dude. Come on.
Don't wear your sunglasses at night.
I found Carlos.
All right, and poor old Bill, you've got the shit end of the stick. I am sorry.
It's not shades. It's my sombrero.
All right, I can see a W.
Okay, so it is
No.
supposed to be this dark, believe it or not. I'm gonna work on one person's who's gonna have the big time sight that they should, and yeah, we'll just go ahead and do that full. So, and you can light. You know, you have torch. You may have torches and things like that. People can check to see if they do with int check of 9.
Checking that.
I excel.
Int check of 9.
Wait, I'm sorry. What's this for?
To see if you have torches, or you were smart enough to get torches and things like that for nighttime stuff.
Man, looks like we're all. Oh. It looks like Carlos is in the dark.
He couldn't read the shopping list.
Makes sense.
Oh, that mine experience pays off. I've brought my torches.
Okay, so I'm gonna bump up everybody's sight a bit here, except for Carlos.
Carlos gets nothing.
This will now. If you're now, you gotta tell me if you're gonna light a torch. It is gonna take up one of your hands. If you have to do something with that hand, you will have to drop that torch, and that will cost you.
I'm
good. I don't need it.
I'm gonna light up a torch.
I'll light up one, use my left hand for it.
Same. Holding hand.
Carlos asks if anyone is already deaf of an ear.
Alright, deaf?
Yeah, because then he can ride holding the shoulder and one gun slinged over the other shoulder. When you fire, nothing happens to the first.
Oh, perfect.
Oh shit! So it doesn't give you much light, but it is an improvement. Let's making sure I got everybody squared away here. Yep. And then I'm gonna make it to where all players can see light off of this person, so that Carlos can benefit from this. All right. I think we should all be squared away, and if it looks like you can't see a whole lot, then that's the way it's supposed to be. This is the upgraded version. So I think that's everything. Okay, so you strike up torches, and you approach the swamp. You see a small crossing here. The water bubbles. There is a bright green next to the bridge that is bubbling. Across the way, you do see the pines and the trees shifting, swaying left and right, rather lazily. There is a slight breeze. You hear the swamp bog sounds.
How boggy is the floor?
Oh, it is wet. It is muddy. It is not fun to walk through. It's not quite something where it's keeping you pinned down, or similar to like quicksand or something like that. But it is impeding. It is painful and not painful, but difficult to walk through.
Will there be tracks?
Roll me an intelligence check. Difficulty 9. And we'll do it. You see several tracks. Some of them appear to be just regular footprints leading across the bridge. you do see some footprints that are rather strange and bulbous, at bare feet, that look like they have like perhaps something digging into the ground also at the ends of them that leads into the water.
Ooh.
Is that in the vicinity that the map would show?
No, you think you're a fair distance away from that at this time. This is the first crossing. There are several crossings on the way there. At one point, you have to walk through some water, some lower water, but this is the first crossing, and you're not quite there yet, as per his directions.
Okay, so we would be going away from these tracks per the directions.
Right, because these tracks that you're seeing lead into this.
All right.
Into the water.
Juana's gonna point out the tracks and just be like, this might be something we can pursue after we deal with all of the kidnapping.
Sounds good. Good out of there.
Yeah, mighty good catch.
Keep a lookout for tracks like this or on the water.
All right. So we heading south then?
Let's go by the map.
It'd be this way.
All right. And young Billy will happily go first. Across this tiny bridge.
Oh, how nice of you.
Yeah.
So as you're there, roll me an int check.
All right. Oh, yeah, I should have probably checked that bridge beforehand, shouldn't I?
Oh no, you see it. You looked out. So you're getting ready to cross the bridge, and that glowing in the water starts to glow and fizzle, bubble, and something horrific plops out of the water. A bulbous creature, belly almost overflowing with some green translucent fluid that you can see, and just roars at you from the bog in the water.
Back up! There's a thing! There's a thing! And she'll whip out her gun.
Oh yeah, Ted can't see.
I got him. You guys would be going again. This thing does not want to be your friend.
All right, so since young Billy was the first one to see it, she's in a panic, kind of gonna quickly draw her gun out. No flourish or anything, just kind of just trying to shoot it. In a panic there. Whew.
Is it submerged?
Halfway. Its upper torso appears to be out. It's got a rather bulbous belly, though.
Boy.
Oh my.
Oh baby.
Doing
Yeah, it is
proud.
not. It is not attempting to dodge. So roll your strength.
All right. Not very good. Oh.
Kind of gets stuck. The bullet does in one of these pockets of green and kind of bursts open a bit, and a bunch of pus comes out rather forcefully and shoots along the ground next to your feet. It's making a bunch of noise as it's trying to work its way out of the river.
All right, old Billy, seeing that young Billy's close to this little swamp monster here, gonna hit him with the pickaxe.
Not trying to dodge. Roll your strength.
Would that be a +1? No, wait, that's a reflex only, ain't it?
Yes, well, yes, it is. It's just that'd be your reflex if you were shooting, because he's been shot
gotcha.
once. Roll your strength.
Close but no cigar.
Same thing. You
Ghost.
Oh, sorry. You swing down with your pickaxe. Same thing. Another pus bubble explodes again rather forcefully. She gushes out up into the air actually, and kind of sprays all over, getting onto your boots a bit, old Billy. And make me an intelligence check.
Something I excel at. Ah,
I'm gonna whisper you something.
oh,
I
Billy.
would ask that people hold their turns for a moment.
Oh, Billy is just holding on to the pickaxe while it's inside this bulbous beast.
Oh no, Daddy.
Oh, hot damn. Uh, oh, Billy starts dancing around, trying to take off his boots real quick. Let go of the pickaxe.
What are you doing?
My boots are melting.
What?
Don't touch the pus.
All right.
All right, whoever's next.
Keep it rain. Wanda, I guess, is gonna take out her uh, her gun, and she's gonna take a shot at the bog monster.
Roll your strength. These again, not dodging.
You get a +1.
Yep.
Would it be 2?
Wait, how do
+1.
I do that?
You can just roll a luck die without subtracting it from your luck pool. So just do a yeah.
Oh, hot damn.
Another pus bubble explodes, and you see this thing starting to rupture a bit and kind of like expanding around the body, where there's some tears and rips, old wounds, all starting to leak pus. Whoever's next.
Are these the explosions like still reaching the two up front, or?
They're coming out pretty quickly. There's a lot. It seems like there's a lot of pressure.
I'm saying when they explode, are they reaching Billy and Billy?
Yes.
Okay. Friends, I want to walk up and try to pull them back.
Which one?
Maybe we should stay clear. I guess Billy's closer than Billy, so I'll go for Billy.
What? Oh.
Everyone got John moment.
Bless.
What do you mean?
I'm just trying to pull them back, like further away from the explosions that are going on. You know?
You can pull. But I mean, if young Billy's gonna roll to resist, then sure, but you don't have to roll for that.
Is the bog monster just like standing there like sup, or is it like roaring at them? You know, like.
It's roaring at them. It's also trying to move. It's moving really slowly, trying to get out of the water, trying to climb up where you guys are at. It looks like it is moving towards you.
Would we be allowed to try to shoot for more vulnerable areas? Is what I'm trying to get to, like, you know, inside the mouth or the eyes, or maybe the bulbous stomach that is full with fluid that we can actually see, which means that the skin is translucent.
Yeah, you could.
Okay. Thanks.
No problem. So, young Billy, are you trying to fight more? Or he's attempt to pull you back, or you just let it happen?
Nah, she'll let him be like, well, I mean, it is acid. I guess I should back up.
And then you pull her back, and you can pull her back a few spaces away from it. And then Carlos, I think, is the last one left.
Okay, it's not Carlos' strong suit, but I think he'll try to find a weak spot in the creature.
Yeah, so, to you, looks like if you shoot any of these like translucent parts, that would probably get a pretty explosive effect.
Sure, why not?
All right. Roll me a reflex. Normally, I'd give you a -1 penalty for it being a specific location you're trying to hit, but since like two or three people have shot at this thing, you still have a 1 die bonus to shoot at. So go ahead and just roll without spending a luck, but just add that luck. I don't know why you do that. It's not dodging. So you hit it. So I'll give you an additional 2 strength die on your attack. So you would roll 1 with luck and then just roll a d6. Doesn't matter. You kill it. So yeah, you describe how you shoot this thing.
I take my time while people are just shooting at it in kind of a panic, and try to see if there are things like I said, like I told last in over back in Westonville. I think maybe people just didn't shoot it right. So I shot at the place I thought was right, and that's what's happened.
So you shoot at this large bulbous green section, the bottom left, and this thing it goes in for it, doesn't seem like that thing happens, and then that membrane that's there rips open with massive force. This thing clearly expires as it nearly just explodes into 100 pieces. However, old Bill, I need you to make me a reflex check TN 12 to not be hit by this acid.
No, Daddy.
Oh boy.
Oh, come on.
It's nice knowing you all.
No, Dad. Use a luck die.
I'll use a luck die.
She yells that out.
Yes, one of you two is coming. I demand D-list.
Nice.
Just made it.
Describe that to me, old Bill, as you avoid this massive gout of acid that was flying at you.
So old Bill's trying to take off his boots because they're melting through, and here's the gunshot, and he's like, oh no. Looks at the beast, and as it pops, he just turns and miraculously just stumbles and falls away in the way direction towards the rest of the group, landing on his belly.
And this acid flies back, and there's a tree behind you that melts rapidly, just kind of just falls apart in sections, maybe a few seconds before it just completely comes down. The acid continues to chew through the ground. A few wayward worms are caught in the acid as well, disintegrating in seconds, and it finally slows down as it begins to hit some rock that was there under the tree. The water bubbles and glistens, covered with the same fluids.
Well, there goes my pickaxe.
And
Yes.
young Billy will scramble over to her dad. Are you alright? Are you burning?
Take more than that. Take down your dad and your dear pa.
Oh, I'm so glad. Come on, get up. We can get you a new pickaxe.
I need new boots too. I walk around bare feet.
Those two. We can get you all that.
Thanks for helping your dear old pa.
Of course. Why wouldn't I?
Nice shooting, Carlos.
I see. And Carlos looks over at old Billy and says, "Perdón."
No, thank you. I'm sure I'll be over there playing with my boots still. And nothing when they got out the water.
I'll walk over to young Billy real quick. Now, I know you're excited. This is your first rodeo and whatnot, but some caution to the wind perhaps might want to be thrown. I wouldn't want you joining any of my other friends quite yet.
Yeah, good point. I'll make sure to be stepping lightly from now on. Thank you.
That's all I ask.
Uh,
Thanks for pulling my my beautiful daughter back. Be a shame if that ass would have got to her.
I worry so about you all, and I guess I just had a feeling something like that would happen. So it's no problem.
Good thing you're here, Moriarty.
Indeed.
Shall we continue? I'll go first in case one of those beasts comes up again.
Is the acid covering where they would need to walk?
Not quite. Rather close. Came very close, but not quite. It does cover some of the dirt nearby, but it doesn't seem like it's going to prevent passage.
Okay, so even the bridge is okay.
Yep, the bridge looks well. I mean, it's crusty and old looking, but it is not covered in acid.
Now, don't be playing in those puddles over there.
Don't worry, I won't. I don't think my boots can handle it.
Don't
Watch
you
your
believe
step.
that one brush with death is quite enough for tonight? If you would have me, I can take lead.
All right, you go right ahead.
Yeah, if you really want to go up there, go ahead.
I'll make sure the way is safe for you all.
That's mighty kind of you.
So yeah, I'm trying to cross the bridge.
You test it, and it seems fine. Nothing wrong with the bridge.
Yeah, halfway through, I'm gonna turn around, give him a nice thumbs up and a smile. Keep going.
All right, like he says it's safe.
All right.
You coming, Carlos?
Yeah, I got this tiny thing. Like, hey, wait a minute.
Oh, come on, Carlos. We'll provide you with some light since you forgot your torches.
They're
Wait,
close.
yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
need
so-
someone to hold your hand?
You think there might be more of those bog monsters? Or do you think we got the only one?
Well, I'm sure everyone has friends, so you might have some lying about here and there.
I guess we need to just keep an eye out. As best we can, I suppose.
Can I give Carlos my torch?
Yeah, you can do that.
I almost forgot that you have some trouble seeing.
Yeah.
So if you would take this.
Yeah, Carlos, he attempts to give you the torch. Do you take it?
Yeah, I strike it.
All right, so I've updated your site.
Much better.
You input it so we can see his thing.
Let me do that. There. All right. So you all proceed forward and following the map. Whoa. Carlos ended up way somewhere else. Okay. You all come to a point where you need to go through some not too deep of water, about ankle deep or so.
Remember that story about old Lester?
Yeah.
Yep. Just keep that in mind as you cross this water.
Oh, thanks, Dad. I love to think about that kind of thing while, crossing. Great.
We'll be fine as long as we keep our eyes open.
Don't plan on closing them anytime soon.
And guns in hand.
No.
Alright, you lead Moriarty.
All right, stop right about there, Moriarty. So as you guys are proceeding through this area, I'm gonna show you a handout.
So I can't see anything.
Turn off the lights.
You should be able to. You guys can still see
We
any radius,
changed
right?
positions, so like we're on the bottom left of the map right now.
Oh, yeah, do a shift click. There you go.
Sorry about that.
I still don't see anything.
Range.
Let me see. All players see light has sight.
Maybe refresh.
Yeah. Could anybody else having that?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
I can see it.
Huh. Yeah, that's where everybody should be. Let me try to take side off and give it back to you. Hold on. Any better?
She just illuminated more.
It's still black for me.
That's weird. Let me try and
Maybe
bring it back.
zoom out.
Do I need to
Map?
move my token? I could just pretend.
No, I got you. Let me try. I'd like to be able to see it. Let me see if I can bring it back out here. Okay.
Ah, there it is.
All right. Let me go ahead and readjust your stuff. There you are. Okay. All right, so you guys are advancing. Mori already sees it first. A young woman is tied to a tree in the swamp, looking ragged but still quite beautiful, perhaps unnaturally so. She looks to you as you enter view. Oh, thank God. Please let me go.
Is she blonde?
She is not.
I'm gonna put out my hand, telling the others to stop. One moment, friends. I'm gonna call out to the woman. You there? What's your name?
My name's Jeannie.
Ah, such a beautiful name, Jeannie. What brings you out to these part of the woods on this beautiful night?
I was kidnapped. They tied me to this tree. I don't know why.
Do you know who kidnapped you, Jeannie?
Men in masks. I think. I don't know. I was real scared.
Does she look?
You said she looks like clean, pristine?
Yes. And what were you asking, Wanda?
Does she seem genuine?
So Moriarty, she does seem very clean, with the exception of her part of her body's in the water, obviously. And then Wanda, you can roll me an int check, TN 12.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm going for. It's suspicious as fuck.
Oh, so suspicious.
Yeah, Wanda, you feel like there might be some dishonesty. There's a very distinct lack of her voice is really selling a lot of fear. But when if you're able to look at her, and I don't know if you can see her from here, but I'll bring her into view so you guys can. We'll say she's about here. When you look at her, there's a lot of distinct lack of expression.
Well, I guess we'll be on our way. Hope everything works out for you. We got some business to do. I'm sorry for your situation.
You can't just leave me here.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Let's keep going.
Wait. Well,
We should maybe confirm our possible suspicions. If we're wrong, we wouldn't want to leave a maiden stranded.
indeed.
She is a bold-faced liar. Just let her rot.
Well, she has something to do with the swamp monster. Maybe we ought to just shoot her.
Actually, that's a good idea. Who'd like to shoot? Oh, young Billy, you need some target practice. She's prone.
I mean, she is prone. So, young Billy.
Any last words?
Girl.
She's gonna call out to the girl.
Please, you're just gonna shoot me?
Absolutely. Unless you're gonna talk about why you're posing as Jeannie.
Jeannie.
You ain't her.
Listen, I can't be too loud. They might be nearby. Please, come closer and I'll tell you.
Nah.
I'm sorry, but no one here's buying your act. Billy, if you'd be so kind.
Shall I? You have 3 seconds to tell us the truth, young madam. 3.
Who'd like to do the countdown?
Oh. Daddy.
Well, 3, 2.
Wait. I had hoped you might come just a bit closer. And form begins to shift and shiver.
Oh.
And she comes undone from the tree. And she looks rather horrific. She has no eyes, her ears are pointed. Her mouth is lined with sharp rows of teeth. Well, you have your gun. Are you going to shoot?
First of all, may I ask, have you been the one who's been abducting these nice people here in this city?
No, that would be a waste. There's no sport in that.
Then what are you doing here?
Luring those wayward souls whose lustful desires are not to be sated, those who can never get enough of their base instinct. It appears that is not any of you, or is it? And her eyes sort of, or where her eyes should be, sort of gaze over between all of you. And some of you begin to feel this very oppressive energy among your minds. So I need people to make willpowers with TN9.
Uh-oh.
I'll see you all later.
Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy.
Don't feel me, baby.
She's too hot.
Moriarty.
Ooh.
Oh, everybody but young Billy, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Whispering something to the rest of you can do whatever.
By whatever does she mean?
I'm not certain, though. I'm sure she must feel more comfortable to be back in her own skin.
Indeed.
Young Billy will kind of start walking towards.
Oh, no, you won't. I'm gonna grab old young Billy there by the wrist.
Don't touch me! I need her.
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh.
Shoot the damn thing.
Oh.
There we go.
So yeah.
Don't grab me.
Young Billy. Yeah. So you guys, you're struggling over there.
Oh.
roll your reflex, pops. And then Carlos as well.
Also, do I see anything coming from Billy now?
Yes, you do. Hold on, Moriarty. Oh my God, Carlos.
Damn.
I'll get to that in a moment.
I am gonna use a luck die.
Huge.
Oh.
I
Sorry,
don't even
Daddy.
know why I try sometimes.
She dodges out of his grasp. Don't shoot her!
Billy, get back here!
No! I need her!
Stop her!
And as young Billy's approaching, a gunshot rings out. And roll your, because again, Carla, let me see if this thing notice you being tricksy. Well, no, actually, I'm gonna give her a disadvantage to it because she's doing something else. Oh yeah, she didn't see it. So you just roll. You're gonna roll strength. This is gonna be a surprise attack. Carlos has been very much the Han Solo of this one. So roll a strength. Oh my god, crushing it. So close. Oh, so close. So what happens is Billy's sort of going over to this being near this tree. Gunshot rings out, strikes through the left side of the neck and out the right side. Carlos's smoking gun at his waist. As the thing begins to cough, it starts backing up, grabbing in its throat. Billy, you can make me another willpower with a bonus die this time.
All
and
right.
then Moriarty, make me a int check with a bonus die as well. Okay, so you pass.
Oh.
That's good enough. Moriarty, you feel movement all around with your connections. At least 3 figures on the trees.
Oh no. We're surrounded in the trees, everybody.
Oh, what? What's going on?
I see them. They're lurking in the shadows.
And that will save you all from a surprise round as strange creatures of blackened woods break away from the trees. And you will get first go.
So Billy's no longer got that weird glow thing, or?
Not anymore.
Alright, so old Billy seeing the tree thing coming towards his young daughter there. He's gonna take that torch he has in his hand and try to set it ablaze.
Oh, one sec.
Do a quick one for quick reboot for a backup recorder here. Quick
Yeah.
break.
I'm gonna take a piss.
Okay. So I want to also gauge because everybody else tell me how you're feeling, because again it was meant to be a one shot, but it wouldn't really be that hard of a wrap up, so
Oh,
We
he's
could-
back.
I'm still going.
Oh, but no, there you go.
So it is 1:30 here a.m.
what's that? I'm sorry, man, I couldn't hear you.
It's a little. You said it's around midnight for you guys.
Yeah, it's about
12:30.
12:30 for East Coast.
Yeah.
Add 1 hour.
Oh yeah, so yeah, you'd be go 1:30. How many East Coast we got?
Ooh.
I'm on East Coast. I can stay up to 1, so another half hour or so.
Okay.
Evanescence.
I'll
I
tell
mean-
you.
At this point, I'm gonna be sucking eggs in the morning anyway.
I'll tell you what, because we'll save some people some grief. We'll bang through this one, because I have a feeling you guys are gonna make this pretty quick. So we'll get through this one, and then we'll call it for tonight. Pick it up. We'll set up another time to sort it out.
All right.
Okay, it'll be a quick
Sounds
hour. Okay, after that, another hour session after this one's closed. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and resume now since Tet's back. Okay, so go ahead, old Billy.
Alright, old Billy's seeing the tree thing heading towards his daughter. He's gonna try to light the thing on fire with his torch.
I like it. Make a reflex check, and you'll get an additional die for the damage die since you're using fire on it.
Gotta pass my reflex first.
You do.
Ooh.
Best of luck, good friend.
Ooh, doggy.
Oh man.
Not quite. So you line up a swing with the torch, and with surprising grace, this thing contorts itself to just miss the torch entirely. Just you hear the cracking of wood and perhaps bone, as well as this thing kind of shifts out of the way. Whoever's next.
Alright, so Billy sees her dad kind of swinging wildly, and will turn around and see this creature behind her. And she'll let out a shot at it. Get away!
Oh man.
Oh, I'm in panic.
Did you give yourself the bonus?
I did not.
Oh no, you hit it. You didn't shoot it. So you tried to. Yeah,
Well.
that thing's not having it. And again, just preternaturally, just kind of twists out of the way, and the bullet kind of grazes the top of where the shoulder blade would be, but doesn't seem to do anything noticeable. Whoever's next.
Is the face changer still alive?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Is bleeding out of its neck very badly, but it is. You do see with between the bouts of confusion in the eyes, you see pure hatred.
Wanda's gonna take a shot for the face changer.
You get an additional die on the reflex because Carlos already shot it. Oh man. tough night for Wanda.
This is-
Yeah, she can't catch a break.
This is how it all ends.
Winchester bullet gets stuck in the tree that the face changer was pretending to be stuck on, and Moriarty.
I was content to let you live your life, and we can live ours. And I'm gonna pull out my shovel and take a swing at it. Can't have you charming my friends.
Go for it. Reflex.
Do I get a +1 on that or no?
Well, this is a melee attack after they both
Yeah.
shot at it. So it's I think our rule was if it's corresponding similar attacks, you get the bonuses. So I would say no, unfortunately.
Womp womp.
Uh-oh.
Wow, we're sucking.
She seems to glide ever so slightly out of the way of your shovel as it clangs against the tree. And now it's them. Since reacting in kind, you see rather long nails on her right hand, and she's going to attempt to rake your face with them, Moriarty. The other hand holding her bleeding neck wound that is just squirting blood. Deep black blood. Ooh.
I'll pop a luck die to dodge.
Alright. Describe that.
So yeah, she tries to rake a nail across my face, and I sort of duck my head down, and it knocks off my hat.
She attempts to hiss at you, but blood continues to gout from her throat. This creature's gonna take a swipe at old Billy at the bottom. Long, clawed tree-like hands. Oh yeah, he gets you.
Oh, damn.
Daddy.
It's not a deep cut, but it is a cut. It gets across penetrates your jacket just the slightest bit, and you feel the claws dig into flesh.
Gotta do better than that.
from behind you, young Bill. You hear whoo, just sprinting, and his feet going against the water, and this one's gonna charge and take a swipe at you as well.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
All right. Oh.
We won't need a second session.
Like,
We're not doing so hot.
I'm gonna use my luck to after this. I don't want to get hurt.
Welcome to my rolls.
Would have been your reflexes, or not your reflexes, would have been your athletics.
Oh,
But
athletics. Sorry, I can reroll that.
That's
My
fine.
athletics is way worse. Ignore that one.
Carlos. Hey, it's not bad. So you do take some damage from it. Again, it's not too deep. It does cut across your chest and the top of your abdomen.
Oh, ow. It does pretty damage because I do not have a lot of health.
Mm-hmm. You've never felt this kind of pain before. It's a searing pain.
Oh, God damn it.
It's going towards you. Carlos, you hear trees and you hear branches snapping above you, and this one jumps out of the tree at you.
Ay, carajo!
Roll me your reflexes to avoid it. Oh yeah, not a chance. So it jumps down and kind of nimbly step out of the way as it splashes into the water, clumsily jumps up and just kind of starts creeping towards you. And it is back to you guys.
All right. Oh, Billy's not liking us ganging up down here, so he's gonna attempt to light the damn thing on fire again. I'll use a luck die.
Solid.
Not at all.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
The flame comes mere inches from its head, and it just barely kind of cracks its neck back, and then cracks its neck back forward to look at you. Young Billy?
Alright. Bit of a panicking situation. Getting hurt. Having two of these surround her. But she'll take aim at the one that hit her. And try to fire at it. Oof, bang.
I'm not even gonna. Oh, he could beat it if he rolls perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That's not perfect.
Alright. Something's looking up.
Roll your strength.
Oh. Well.
You win some, you lose some.
Gunshot cracks out, and you see this squarely splinters some of where the chest should be, and you see cracking and rippling along the body, and it kind of reels back a moment, but then starts to come back forward. Wanda?
Wanda's gonna reload and take another shot at the face changer.
Reflex.
Let me get my thing first.
Ooh. Tough breaks for Wanda tonight.
She's just not. She's not a contributor.
Her weapon is just too long for these close quarters fights.
Why is she here again?
They're just stuck with the 6-shooter.
Got to keep their heads down. You're providing cover and fire. So another bullet unfortunately bounces off the tree. You were aiming where she was before she took a swipe at Moriarty. Speaking of, and she kind of moved out of the way. Moriarty, speaking of which.
Yeah, after ducking down and having my hat knocked off, I'm gonna sort of like take a lunge with the shovel forward like a rapier and go for her neck.
Ooh. That's not bad. Oh. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. She's done. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so with a nice thrust, it sort of doesn't go all the way through. The shovel's not too sharp, so it sort of gets lodged in there, and blood gurgles as she reaches for it, tries to pull it off. And with my dead eyes, I look at her as she dies and pull it out.
Falls forward and just collapses in a pool of her own blood and also muck from the swamp.
I want to pick up my hat too, put it back on, all wet.
Carlos.
Carlos waves his torch in the face of the worm, of the creature near him, and shoots it. It's like flourish and shot.
All right. Reflex. Ooh. Again, these things are very unnatural to you as you take a almost point blank shot and it's looking at you the whole time, and its body just cracks enough out of the way to have the bullet fly past, and you see it ripple against the water. And they're up again. Old Billy.
Oh, Billy.
Well, keep going with this flame.
Oh, it's trying to hit you.
Oh, it was trying to hit me and got you.
16.
It's all about the same.
Oh.
It's a good thing I'm old hickory. Oh, no, not this time.
Standing
There
strong.
we go.
Just take one wound. It is beating you up pretty badly though. You're starting to bleed from a lot of different cuts on your body here. It's just raking into you over and over again.
These damn things.
Young Billy, you're about to. It's
Uh-oh.
attempting to bully you.
No bully.
12.
Respectable.
Oh, yeah.
Not close. Leaves just fecklessly. Maybe this is practice for you. Maybe it's just panic mode. I don't know, but it's not able to get its claws on you.
Always panic mode.
It's just maybe taking bits and pieces of your coat, maybe some of your hat, getting
Oh, my
close but no cigar. And then Carlos, this thing's gonna try to lunge at you and put its claws into your belly. Not quite. Quick on your feet, you're able to see this coming, move aside. It is back to the players.
Old Billy taking a beating. Knowing that he goes down, there's two of them flanking his daughter, so he's gonna try to switch spots with his daughter and get his daughter behind him.
I like it. Unless she resists, you can do so.
No, she'll let him swap her out.
All right. So, and then
Well, you know, flames away.
Flaming.
same one.
Yeah, the one that's been dodging me.
Go ahead.
Oh, about time. Like,
Uh-oh.
something good.
You got him. So add an additional strength die for using fire.
Ooh, I like that one.
Oh!
Damn, dude.
I'm just waving the torch at him and finally get a nice little spot where I can touch it right in the chest area. Let's see how you do with it. I guess there's fire here.
Just kind of tries to pat the flames out, trying to get the water up onto it, but this thing caught just like nothing. You see the ichor and wood on it burning. These things are extremely flammable. And it just goes up in a blaze. Young Billy.
All right, but it's still living there.
Mm-hmm.
So, she'll, take aim again at the one closest to her, though. In front of her dad. And, take a pot shot there.
Do it.
Oof.
Oof. Down it goes.
So, as she takes aim, she's, seeing the flames kind of lick this thing and start burning it down. So she aims for what appears to be the head, at least. And, the flames kind of help soften the tissue there. And its face just kind of crumbles in as she shoots it.
Billy's just gonna look at young Billy there and give her a nice smile.
One down. All
Two to go. So, my turn, yes?
Mhm.
Wanda's gonna see that they've got their little situation under control. It looked a little heated there, but she's gonna then turn her attention to help Carlos out. She's gonna try to make a shot.
You got
Do
this.
You do it.
And so ended the story of Carlos.
I mean, I guess I should just try to use some luck.
If you want to, yeah, you can.
This is reflexes.
Yeah.
Why should it be a low roll?
No, you got this. Got this. You see, you
Alright,
got
cool.
this. That's solid. Maybe it was nerves.
24.
No. Oh, so you hit it. So roll strength. Solid.
Hot.
Bullet strikes home in what appears to be one of the legs of this creature. It splinters and shatters a fair bit of wood. It kind of stumbles a bit in front of Carlos. Moriarty.
Yeah. I'm gonna look over at Carlos, who I know is engaged, just get a shot fired off. I'm gonna switch to shovel and pull out a knife and throw the knife at it.
Ooh. Alright. So you get a bonus 1d because Wanda's shot it. It's a bonus 1d to reflex. Passable. Passable. Oh!
You see, the thing is, Moriarty was never really trained at throwing knives.
Luckily,
Just shovels.
Yeah, I just threw shovel. You need to go to Old Billy's school of pickaxe throwing for that one. So thankfully you don't hit Carlos, but you also don't hit the creature. So the knife goes flying past and gets stuck in the tree that the creature came out of. Just kind of does
Not
that.
easier in my head.
And then Carlos.
Carlos tries to kindle the creature,
All right, you will
aka set it ablaze.
get 2 bonus die for the attack and the damage because this thing's been shot at or had something thrown at it twice. So do a luck die and a d6. Oh man.
Guess it'll suffice.
21. You hit it. And then do the strength dice as well. Same thing. Additional 2.
I'm adding a luck die.
Okay. Oh, you're going to do 3 dice? Oh, man. Okay. Go for it. I admire the enthusiasm.
Baller.
So roll
Carlos
2
doesn't
more.
play any games.
Jesus
Oh my
Christ. Roll 2 more
goodness.
d6.
Overkill.
Oh, yes. There's no way he can roll high enough to stay alive. To describe
Carlos.
his brutality.
Carlos shoves the torch in the creature's face or whatever it's perceived in its face, shouting.
And the thing's head goes up in flames. It starts grabbing in its face, but the torch is shoved in. You feel the torch start to actually gain way, and the torch goes into this thing's neck and body. And at one point, you actually have to let the torch go because it is shoved deep into this thing's chest. Goes up in flames and continues to be on fire even as its body is floating in the water. Goodness gracious. So it would be
Great balls of fire.
there would be it would be their turn. The one that is still alive attempts to go after old Billy.
Yep, must be because I'm looking at young Billy.
Oh,
Oh man.
that's gonna put you down.
It is.
So as old Billy's looking at young Billy, this affirmingly, fatherly, this black wooded hand comes in and just clubs old Billy clean across the face, almost knocking him into the air like a half cartwheel spin to the waters.
Daddy.
I'm gonna give you the sleepy time symbol, and then it is back to you guys as this thing kind of stands looking rather triumphant over the unconscious body of old Billy.
And young Billy, in her anger, seeing her father kind of tumble to the ground, will charge over, waving her torch, and hit that thing, whatever it is.
Okay.
Ah!
Oh!
Oh my god.
It's
She
kind
was
of
not very coordinated in her attack.
it's kind of does the whole lean back motion, just as the torch flies over its head, just kind of and then snaps back up, arms at the ready. Whoever's next.
Wanda runs up and tries to actually pull old Billy away from the action if possible.
Yeah, you can do that.
What kind of check would I do?
Oh, nothing. You're using your action to pretty much pull him from danger. I'll give it a stabilized too, so he doesn't have to roll any death saves. So I'm assuming you're checking him over as well.
Yes.
Yep. So yeah, you pull. Old Billy gets pulled away from the creature. Moriarty.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if Billy goes down. I'm gonna see other Billy attempt to kill the thing. I'm gonna run up behind it, take my shovel, right, and try to like put the shovel around its head. I mean, I don't think it breathes, but
You're just gardening.
so it just counts like a normal melee attack, or? Ooh,
Look at this ghost.
muted.
Sorry. So it'll be the +1 for the surround, obviously, because young Billy is tempted to strike it as well.
Yep.
Okay. And if this hits, I'll give you an additional damage die.
Choking against my frail body.
Yeah. Oh, we got a badass. He's a badass. So you attempt to come up behind it, and its head turns around 180 degrees and looks at you as you're attempting to use your shovel, and then it just kind of ducks down. Just kind of. Carlos.
Carlos is going to pistol whip the ship.
Oh. All right. Give yourself 2 bonus dice for the 2-person surround on it, as well, or 3-person surround, I should say. Goodness. Carlos is
That'll
stone
hit.
cold. Stone cold. It should hit, unless this thing's very lucky. No, it does hit, so same thing, additional dice for strength. One more. 16. Oh, he's just barely in the game. Pistol whip comes in, cracks it, knocks what you would assume would be a bit of a jaw off, but it's still going. All right. Another turn for this, and so we're going to do this in multiples of 2. Young Billy is 1 to 2, Carlos 3 to 4, Moriarty 5 to 6. Carlos, it takes a swipe at you rather fittingly after you crack it across the jaw with your pistol. Nice. Oh, Carlos is really good tonight. It just does not seem to hit. You have this thing all figured out, reading it like a book. Whoever's wants to start it off, and the next player turn.
All right. Billy will swing at it again with her torch,
Okay,
trying to catch it on fire.
go for it.
Ooh.
Ooh.
21.
Don't jinx it.
Describe the end of this beast.
Oh. So, in kind of revenge for it knocking down her daddy, and her not hitting the last go around, she winds up again, and she basically hurls the torch into it, and it crashes and cracks, and instantly lights the thing on fire, and it's quickly burns down, being consumed by the flames. And it sinks into the bog.
Crumbles into a heap of nothing. Begins to float away. And you are left with a rather difficult circumstance. Old Billy knocked out, perhaps worse. Some of you hurt. And we'll do some closing RP before we call it.
We must get him out of the water. Carlos, hand me your tequila.
Juana's gonna check over
Yeah.
wounds.
We must close his wounds and disinfect them.
Is there any sort of like little dry patch? Well, maybe not dry patch, but like not watery patch.
Yeah, just ahead up here, there's some. further down. We can say that you take him over there.
The swamp should be full of all sorts of nasty things.
Someone help me with this.
With him? Yeah, I got the other end. Let's get him to somewhere safe.
You get the legs, I'll get the arms.
Yeah, I got you. Oh, Daddy, you're gonna be fine now. We got you here.
Are we going the right way?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so and it's not on the map there. We bring him on to,
Okay.
shore. And then as the party begins to tend to old Billy's wounds, his chest rises and falls. Tequila is used to disinfect. The screen fades to black with a "to be continued" scrawled across it. And that is where we will stop.
Woo.